Guys, hope you're doing well, and in today's video it is gonna be absolutely raw in case you feel somehow stuck or uncertain about what you should do with your life, what direction you should take, which path to pursue. Then I'm definitely not the guy to tell you the exact solution to your existing issue, nor is the internet in general. But what can really help you and rather showcase you what are the particular possibilities of how you can navigate your life in more productive and overall more fulfilling way is the intelligence combined with the vast amount of data. And I actually am not quite sure, but I think there is one thing which can combine both of these and provide you with a real clarity for your life. And that's the combination of extremely advanced and high IQ, to put it as dumbed down as possible, O1 model of OpenAI, plus the availability of search. And that's amazing how it actually fucked me up immediately as I was saying this. Therefore we are switching to a bit more stupid but still unbelievably smart 4.0 model, which has the access to the online search and thus will be at least somewhat more relevant than the casual chat with ChatGPT, which is actually trained already on the billions of parameters, i.e. on the insanely large amount of data, but whatever. We appreciate relevance over the, I wanted to say some rhyme, but over the size. Size doesn't matter in our case. No, it actually does. That's why we use internet search. And that's very kind of ChatGPT to ask us what can it help us with. And let's say ChatGPT. So it's very polite to use the addressing even to the inexistent computer model. Yeah, and of course do not forget to opt in for the search option, because now it pulls the data from some available sources, even some religious ones. And what we see as the immediate response from the chat is that okay, you do not have to worry, feeling stuck is a common experience, but there are some practical steps which you can take to regain momentum. And basically it recommends us to perhaps journal on what we are doing so we can gain some understanding of what are circumstances we can find ourselves in. Also set the meaningful goals so we have something significant, at least in our perception, to move towards. Then be fine with changing the environment and the routine of our days. Well, essentially scrolling 3 hours less per day, at least. Practice self-compassion. That's actually extremely cool that ChatGPT included this in its response, and I'm not surprised that it is from the resource called Tiny Buddha, because if you are eating yourself up on these journeys, then is it even worth it in the first place? Seek support. Well, of course, as we have saying in Ukraine, together we are many, we are unbeatable. And eventually the sixth step, but actually the most useful one, is to take action, because even the most eloquent thought will not produce as many results as some lamest and humblest real action. Also, it offers us some articles to familiarize ourselves with in order to get somehow more educated on the topic of what to do with your life in case you aren't that sure of what path you're supposed to pursue. And in fact, I would love to provide you with some extra value because, that's a great filter that those people who have already stayed thus far in the video, I think it's about 5 minutes. You have already dedicated the whole 300 seconds of your life to watching this, therefore you're at least to a certain extent committed. So let me share with you some things which I find absolutely crucial when figuring out what the plan you should build and how exactly to outline it so you get balanced and moving in all directions upwards your life. So basically we have 4 domains, which are spirituality, relationship, money and health. So let's provide the ChatGPT with this framework and see what kind of refined response it is gonna provide us with when we update our request. In fact, if you are using ChatGPT on phone, perhaps you are even able to input the request with your voice, but I'm not quite sure whether the search is able to be enabled simultaneously. So check it out and leave the comment whether it is working. Alright, and here we have the response from ChatGPT, and I love the way it structures it because it's much more pleasant experience to read the material when it has all these emphases as well as bullet points, because I really feel sorry for all the teachers who had to evaluate my essays at school. It was a poetic mess. What ChatGPT recommends us to do in these 4 domains is the following. So regarding relationships, the openness and gratitude are the keys, as well as the quality of time you spend with those with whom you wanna establish better connection. Top advice: finances, budgeting, automate savings, financial education. Pretty vague, but still quite valuable. Better than nothing at least. Spirituality, mindfulness and meditation. Align spending with values, ensure your financial choices reflect your core beliefs, promoting harmony. Yeah, that's actually insanely great advice, because whatever you invest something which you consider valuable to you into something, that other thing becomes automatically emphasized in your area's reticular activation system, and you immediately start caring about that thing. So even if you don't give a thing about a certain person, if you start texting him or her every day, you will eventually start feeling somehow connected and dependent onto the reaction of that person to you. Of course, it's up to you to keep it cool and play cool outwards, but you will be able to observe these invisible tethers being formed between you and that individual, even without actual sometimes physical interaction. That's both the evil and in some ways beauty of online interactions, chats, video chats, and so on. Community engagement: participate in groups that share your spiritual interests to deepen your practice. Well, I think the church is the oldest invention of the humankind, and that's essentially the only thing which the most important thing it provides people with. So the religious organizations prosper due to this insane value they give to its attendants, their attendants. The fourth domain, perhaps the most important one out of all of these: health. Regular exercise. It does work, guys. Even though during the training you kinda lose some energy, you expand the overall ability of yours to cycle bigger amounts of vigor via your body. So definitely cool stuff. Well, I mean, I am honored to be the billionth guy to tell you this. And finally, balanced nutrition. Consume a diet rich in whole foods to support overall health. Yes, and adequate sleep. Well, I always love the advice about health because it's almost like just live. Not like abandon something, just live, just exist, and it's gonna be alright. Maybe that's the best strategy overall. Whatever. And I actually promised you that how you will be able to obtain certain clarity on what to do with certain issues in your life when, I don't know how to say it, having certain consultation with AI on it, and despite the overall generality of its advices, let's be honest, it still provides great insight into what you should do and what direction you should be looking forward to, especially when you are like completely lost either in your early 20s or late teens. Actually, that's a very interesting concept of being lost overall, because in some way it's the best thing which can happen to you, because only when there is this certain void, something real new can come into your life. Such as this video, which you should press like under, and this kind of chats with very smart model. But I still think that probably O1 could have provided us with better formatted response. Try it out. And again, leave the comment so we can satiate our needs and hunger to find out how O1 responds to this kind of kernel inquiries. And of course, now I will sell you stuff. I will sell you and offer you this project, which I have built out of pure passion, and it is essentially the website where you just come on, read this very inspiring copy, absolutely unbiased review, and eventually you go to the section where you are asked what kind of demographics are yours, and my English is really good, and that's the example of what you will obtain when you go through the quick 1 minute waiting time of clan forming. You will get the profile of yours. I love this combination, from Armenia living in Australia. I'm sure that there is this kind of people as well. Probably you're one of them. And here you will have your motivation stated as a reminder for you why you are even doing this hard crap, the goals of yours, and of course personalized schedule of your name. Here you have for each day of the week which you opted for, the activity which is categorized by the domain it affects, the description of that activity, the name of this activity, the place where you are gonna work on it, and the time which is suiting your availability schedule which you have provided the system with in the previous section. You see that this format is consistent for each day of the week, and eventually we have Sunday, the God's Day, dedicated to the creator himself. We are just not engaging into the self-improving activities. At least we don't try to. We try not to. In this, don't try to. Yeah, Freud was right. And eventually for Sunday, we have day off and just some common recommendation on what we are able to do in this resting day. Using the time-limited promo code which you can find in the description below, as well as the link to make it real life, you will be able to obtain, I guess, 30% discount. And of course, in case you do not achieve either of your goals in the next 90 days and you do not see the real transformation in your life, then no worries, you just drop the message over here or even in the comment section. I will refund everything, no questions asked. And in fact, that's all what I wanted to say, and I wish you luck on your journey. Thank you for watching, and of course, stay awesome.